What if I told you that you don't need thousands of dollars to live comfortably in Europe? Imagine waking up in a beautiful city, eating good food, moving around easily, and still spending less than $1,000 a month. Sounds unrealistic, right? Well, in Turkey it's very possible, but only if you know exactly where to go. Let's talk about some of the cheapest cities in Turkey where you, as an immigrant, can actually survive and even enjoy life on a tight budget. Now, let's start with a city that surprises a lot of people: Antalya. Most people think of Antalya as a luxury tourist destination, full of expensive resorts and beachfront apartments. And yes, that part exists. But what many don't realize is that if you move a little away from those tourist-heavy areas, life becomes much more affordable. You can find a modest apartment at a reasonable price, and if you're careful with your spending, you can live within your budget. The beauty of this city is the lifestyle. It's calm, scenic, and gives you that soft life feeling without necessarily draining your pocket. Then there's Ankara, the capital city. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. Unlike Istanbul, which is busy, expensive, and sometimes overwhelming, Ankara is more organized and less chaotic. It doesn't try to impress tourists, and that's exactly why it's cheaper. Life here is more stable, and as an immigrant, you'll find it easier to manage your expenses. Rent is lower, transportation is straightforward, and overall, it gives you a balanced lifestyle without unnecessary pressure. If you're someone who loves the idea of living close to the sea, but still wants to save money, then Mersin might just be your perfect match. This city is often overlooked, but that's actually what makes it special. It's one of the cheapest coastal cities in Turkey, and everything, from rent to food to transportation, feels more affordable. Life here moves at a slower pace, which can be a huge advantage if you're trying to cut costs and avoid stress at the same time. Now let's talk about Bursa. This city gives you something very unique: a modern, developed environment without the heavy price tag. It's close to Istanbul, but the cost of living is significantly lower. So you get access to opportunities, good infrastructure, and a working-class environment, but without paying the crazy rent you would face in bigger cities. For immigrants who are thinking long-term, Bursa can be a very strategic choice. And finally, if your main goal is to spend as little as possible and still live decently, then Gaziantep stands out. This city is not flashy, it's not built for tourism, but it is incredibly affordable. Rent is low, food is cheap, and daily expenses are manageable. You might have to adjust to a more local lifestyle, but if your priority is saving money or starting from scratch, Gaziantep gives you that breathing space financially. Now, let's be honest for a moment. Living in Turkey with less than $1,000 is possible, but it requires discipline. You'll need to avoid unnecessary luxury, cook more at home, and choose your neighborhood wisely. If you try to live like a tourist, your money will disappear very quickly. But if you live smart, you can actually build a stable and comfortable life. At the end of the day, Turkey is still one of those rare places where your money can stretch if you make the right decisions. Whether you prefer the coastal calm of Antalya, the stability of Ankara, the hidden simplicity of Mersin, the balance of Bursa, or the extreme affordability of Gaziantep, there's a place for you. So now I'll ask you this. If you had to start fresh today, which of these cities would you choose? And if you enjoy discovering affordable countries, hidden opportunities, and smart ways to relocate, make sure you stay connected. Your next destination might be closer and cheaper than you think. Globe showing Europe, Africa sparkles.